So a lot of people have been asking me to break down this beat. So it's pretty simple. I'll let you hear the beat first. Okay, now that you've heard it, the funny thing about this beat is actually that the main melody I came up with at work, I just had the idea, and so I have FL Studio on my work computer. And I basically just pulled up FL keys and laid it out, and then sent it over to myself. And when I got home from work, I turned it into a beat. So here's what I started with. So I'm not going to get too deep into the mixing of it, but I have a EQ, cut lows, boosted a bit there, it looks like, basic delay. But this is kind of what gives it that specific sound where it sounds like it's fading in and out. And so I turned the attack up a bit and then mixed it a bit down. I'm going to move on to the bass notes next. This is the same sound. So with that being the same sound, it's mostly the same, but I do have the same gross beat on it, but I actually turned it down a bit because with this being the bass notes, the way it was fading in was kind of cutting out some of them, and with it being the bass notes, you want to be able to hear them all. So I turned that down. So here's the backing melody I made. So for that one, I actually didn't even mix it that much. Looks like I just cut out some of the frequencies, but the preset I used just was super airy and reverby anyway. So here's another backing lead. And you can see for the EQ that this is actually just a stock radio preset. Cuts out a lot, cuts out a lot of frequencies and makes it sound more muffled, kind of better for background stuff I've found. This one is the main lead that you'll hear throughout the whole song. So you can obviously tell that the MIDI wasn't really following what it was sounding like. That's because there's a gross beat on it. So if you take that off, it sounds a lot different. These two right here are basically the same thing. One's just an octave higher. You can tell that it's the same MIDI as the backing pluck, but I'll play this one first. So for this, actually, I threw a preset on it, and then like right here, like I don't even have that plugin. But I added this trance gate to it to give it that cool gate, and threw this EQ on it again, and added a pan, so it's kind of going from side to side throughout the whole thing. And here's the higher one. I used two Reeses that I layered. One of them has all the low cut out. Oh. And then here's the lower one. There's one last melody that I almost forgot, and it's this one. You can tell that one has a gross beat on it too. It sounds pretty similar without it, but gross beat kind of pitched it down and changed the rhythm a bit. Here's the 808. So I added a slide note there at the end to make it go up before it kind of comes back around, and there's that cool gap there. Now we can move on to drums. Hi-hats we can start with. I know you've all been looking forward to the clap, so here's that. Wow, amazing. Here's another basic snare. And I added a basic open hat as well. Now this one, it looks like I forgot to separate, but it's just kind of like background noises to give it more detail. Little click. There's a laser. And then there's a snap. And then the only real sound effect that I put in was this riser. And of course there's a kick and then a secondary 808 that kind of comes in the middle. And that's pretty much it. It's not the craziest beat, but I guess it's not too simple either. But I hope this helped somebody. I don't really make videos like this often. This is kind of my first time, but you know, if you want more like this, let me know. I'll have the video where I posted this beat on my channel if you want to go listen to that as well. But thanks for watching.